Today, June 20th, 2024, in our calendar is a special day when the people's holiday is celebrated, the Day of Fedot. This day is associated with ancient rites and beliefs that have survived many generations. On this date, according to the church calendar, believers honor the memory of the holy martyr Fedot Ankerski. Fedot the harvester and Fedot the guard are also celebrated on this day. In folk tradition, Fedot is associated with a marten, which symbolizes the rich harvest and fertility of the earth. And Fedot the guard is famous for wandering near reservoirs with a sickle in his hands and intimidates mermaids, protecting people from evil creatures. It is important to watch the video to the end to understand the seriousness of this mysterious day. It was believed that on the day of Fedot, you cannot swim without fear that the mermaids will drag you into the underwater kingdom. The peasants cleaned the boilers and yards to gain prosperity and protection. This day is filled with magic and amulets that help people gain luck and protection from evil forces. Before entering the water, it is important to remember the ancient customs and beliefs that accompanied people when visiting the reservoirs. According to folk customs associated with the inhabitants of the water world, everyone could face danger if they did not follow the regulations. There was a legend about Fedot, who, according to legends, could cut off the mermaid's hair and thus deprive them of their strength. On the day of Ilia, August 2nd, it was believed that this priest was the most powerful, for he could punish the water and kill them. There was a sign that it was raining that day, foretelling the onset of a small influx of rye cola, which could bring bad weather. People prayed to Saint Fedot so that he would save them from trouble and give them prosperity. Thus, rituals and beliefs accompanied people in contact with the water world and reminded them that the forces of nature have their own secrets and laws. Since ancient times, the harvest of bread, collected today, has been considered not only food, but also a healing remedy. The manure that was obtained from this crop was used for various rituals. In particular, it was often used to treat skin diseases. Our ancestors believed that by putting a person in a pile of manure so that he could see the sunrise, all troubles could be removed. Then they prayed and asked the saint to help them get rid of the diseases, drowning them in this pile. After the ritual, people stomped in the manure for a long time to symbolically get rid of the diseases. Then they washed their feet in running water and threw the used manure under a dry stump. On June 20th, the girls went to the reservoirs to drown their loneliness. In the morning, they took a fresh egg and rolled it on their chests, because they believed that this way they could get rid of loneliness. Our ancestors believed in the sign that bathing at night on June 20th means getting rid of bad dreams, the fulfillment of which they were very afraid. In order to attract pleasant dreams, it was necessary to undress and tell your terrible dream in the water, so that the river would carry it away. After that, they cooked, cleaned the egg and fed the animals or birds. People carried the shell to the river and poured it into the water, leaving without looking back. However, there was a possibility that loneliness could return, and without talking to anyone on the way, they went to the monastery. There they put a candle for their health and the health of their future husband, hoping for well-being and prosperity. Once, when he was far from all worries, he decided to plunge his head into his thoughts. He read the Chonash and immediately went to bed to rest. In the morning, he got up and washed himself with holy water to cleanse his body and soul. Then he made a conspiracy that helps get rid of nightmares. He said, "Stupid dreams, leave me and don't bother my soul anymore that day." He believed that this conspiracy could protect him from negative dreams. On the day of the harvest, there were special conspiracies that help create harmony and love between spouses. One of these rituals is to cook chicken broth for June 20th's wife. While she was feeding her husband with this dish, she said the words, "The rooster of its chickens always loves its chicks. Also, you are my son of God, love and keep me with you." Such rituals allow you to create a favorable environment for a happy marriage life. Use these methods to maintain a peaceful union with your partner and enjoy harmonious relations every day. On June 20th, on the day of the holy martyr Fedot, who was a guardian on the border of the world of the living and the world of the spirits, we can ask for his protection and help. Fedot protected the earthly kingdom from the invasion of evil entities and their attacks, and the saint leads people to the light heavenly kingdom. He brings grace and helps to protect us from all misfortunes in life. Even if Fedot protects all people from the invasion of evil forces, it does not mean that we should stop doing our part of the work. Therefore, let me go, Nile, we will live in peace and overcome all misfortune together. And when the bowl of broth is in front of the wife, she will have to eat it herself according to the church calendar to receive the blessing of Saint Fedot and ask for his protection and patronage. At the banks of the reservoirs, he spends most of his time trying to maintain harmony between the world of water and land. From that day on, you can swim in rivers and lakes without fear, because the forest spirits adhere to the main law, despite their insidious tricks. Making sure that none of them violates the law and does not drag a person to the bottom, Fedot watches every movement under the water. His presence at the banks of rivers and lakes, like a silver thread, cuts off the hair of the mermaids who seek to drag people to the bottom. After all, it is in the hair of the mermaids that their strength lies, and only through an agreement with Fedot can security be maintained. Fedot, a creature standing at the junction between the earthly and heavenly worlds, is ready to help those who are looking for a connection with their personal heavenly patron. His presence at the water reminds people of the thin line between reality and magic, about the importance of respect for nature and its inhabitants. To attract the attention of your guardian angel, you should turn to the ancient rite, which is associated with the water element. Take the path to the nearest reservoir, stand by its shore and make your prayer to heaven. But to attract an angel, you need to turn to the entity that lurks on the edge of the water and has a secret conspiracy. Say the ancient and powerful spells in front of him. Fid, open a passage for me in heaven. Let me meet my angel and personally bow to him. Only after that can you turn to your guardian angel in prayer and ask him for protection and intervention in your life. They say that angels cannot interfere in a person's affairs until they are clearly asked to do so. The time has come to turn to your guardian angel for help when an unfavorable situation arises in your life. Folk signs say that on June 20th you should be especially careful. On this day, you should not make an offer of your hand and heart, as well as confess in love. There is a belief that love statements made on this day may not bring the desired result. Be prepared for the fact that your lover may refuse such offers in response, sometimes even without explanation, which can seriously offend. Therefore, be attentive to signs and advice to avoid negative consequences on this special day. In ancient times, wise people advised to keep silent about their feelings and postpone love confession for another time. They said that the words of love can reveal the secret of our second half, which is better not to know. On this day, we should not talk about our plans for the future, because there is a possibility that what we have in mind will not come true. Fedot's day, according to tradition, is considered inappropriate for voicing our desires. Also, on this day, it is forbidden to wear silver things, as they can take away our energy. Instead, it is worth decorating yourself with gold jewelry, as this metal is able to give us strength and well-being. According to the ancient customs of the folk calendar, June 20th is considered a special day when the forces of nature merge with magic and magic. On this day, fishermen advise to follow the ancient ritual to attract health, luck and powerful energy to themselves. To begin with, you need to stand in gold in the sun so that your body absorbs heat and light. Traditional beliefs suggest that this is how you can connect with the sunlight and attract well-being. After that, you should go fishing and release the first caught fish back into the pond. According to ancient beliefs, this action will help to gain luck and increase harvest. Do not forget to pray to Saint Fedot the Guardian, who, according to tradition, walks by the shore with a serpent on this day and cuts off the hair of mermaids. It is believed that this hair contains a miraculous power capable of mesmerizing a person. Thus, adhering to ancient customs and rituals can bring us not only joy and satisfaction, but also help to attract the positive energy and strength necessary to achieve our goals. On Saint Fedot's Day, women are strongly recommended not only to give their hair a neater look, but also not to walk with loose hair. After all, Saint Fedot is known for his irreconcilable attitude to mermaids, and a random resemblance to these creatures can lead to negative consequences. Some believe that Saint Fedot can even cut off the hair of those who do not follow this rule. Although, of course, many consider this only superstition, it is still better not to risk. However, in addition, Saint Fedot Day is a great time for thoughtfulness and gratitude. On this day, you can stop for a minute and think about your fate. After all, as the guardian angels say, they carefully listen to our words of discontent and resentment. Therefore, instead of complaining about difficulties and obstacles, try to thank for troubles and adversities. After all, it is they who teach us patience and the ability to find a way out of difficult situations. But do not forget to thank also for the joys that come to your life. After all, they are also a reward and deserve our recognition and gratitude. In the end, life consists of different periods and emotions, and only thanks to them can we fully feel its value and beauty. June 20th is the day that gives happiness from the time spent. It is believed that the thunder on this day can sound for a long time, foretelling disaster. If it is heard from all sides, it is considered a sign of imminent cooling. Warm and clear weather on this day promises a rich harvest. Frogs croak loudly and for a long time at sunset. This is a sign of good weather. If on Fedot Day a thunderstorm appears in the sky, then wait for the harvest rain. June 20th, if the rainbow is strongly expressed in red, it can be a sign of wind and precipitation, foretold by pigeons. People hiding under the roof on a clear day are considered sociable and energetic. On this day, by tradition, communication and activity are at their peak. I wish you happiness and well-being. I am sure that your wishes can come true thanks to your determination and perseverance. Life is full of opportunities for self-development and success. Discover new horizons for yourself and do not be afraid to accept challenges that fate throws at you. Like the video and subscribe to the channel to be aware of all the new signs and traditions. Let every step you take bring you closer to your boldest dreams and goals. God bless you and your loved ones. All the best.